What's up, guys? It's time to resume this story. Yeah, we're this slot, right? 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 Yes. Okay. Where are we? Okay, this is where we're going. I did play a little bit of the DLC before this. Not a whole lot, enough to get a little sense of what's going on here. But you'll be getting a decent amount of genuine reaction from me, just not so much cutscene reaction, because I have to turn off the mic during cutscenes. Partly because my TV is on. There, yeah, the TV sound is on. Why am I watching this? Yes, I no longer have the cruddy microphone. I no longer have the cruddy headphones, even. So if I want to do anything recording and be able to hear it, I have to have the TV sound on. Which stinks. But what you gonna do? Anyway, we're gonna try to play a good distance through here. Alright, we have found the warp ring. Let's go. Jump right into this ring that leads to another reality or something.
Hold it, Hedgehog!
Before you embark, there is one other scenario to consider.
All right. I'm listening.
Moments ago, your friends sacrificed their corporeal forms to suppress your cyber corruption and return you to this dimensional plane.
They were so close to being free again, and they gave it all up for me. I don't care how many islands or titans it takes, I'm getting them back this time.
Please, no tedious speeches about the superpower of teamwork.
Of my millions of calculations, there was one so remote and unlikely I did not consider it. However, as things stand, it could be the one to save us all.
Well, I'm all about beating the odds. What's the plan?
I can reverse your friends' efforts and restore them. They would then seek out the Chaos Emeralds for us. I can stabilize your cyber corruption for a brief time, And then I would guide you on how to convert that corruption into power so that you may end this conflict and save Father.
And save the world, too, right?
It is his to conquer, so yes.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I like that plan. Let's do it to it.
Be forewarned, the trials you face will be grueling, and we will have precious little time.
Please, I live for time trials. Let's go already.
I just tried to save you. I'm not doing it again.
Sonic? What's going on?
I know it's been rough, and that things are confusing, but I need you guys to just follow my lead. I need you three to find the Chaos Emeralds, while I take care of something else.
All right. We trust you. You can count on us.
Piece of cake.
Get on with it already! It's coming.
Well, as long as they know this is confusing, in other words, it makes no sense.
All right. Time to find some emeralds.
There's-
Chaos Emeralds always wound up in the Ancients' vaults. Let's look there.
Securing emeralds in vaults? What will they think of next? Don't rush me, I'm looking.
Knuckles, you're talking like the idea of a vault is just crazy in general. Oh. So yeah, this doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, well, first off, just being able to play as the characters in ghost form. I like it, but remember when Amy couldn't even pick up a flower on the first island? I guess they just decided that that didn't happen. And that they've been able to do anything all along. They just chose to not be helpful. As from what I've seen, there aren't a lot of enemies around, so we must get experience points from Captain Toad / Lost Korok here. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. We've got a whole new skill tree. Let's grab our Psyloop. I don't need training on that. Don't need training on that. And let's get ourselves a basic attack. Yes. And while we're here, let's establish a save. Okay, we are number 1. I am number 2 on my own. Okay. Wait. I hate how they teleport me after I do stuff on the menu screen. And, I don't remember Tails, Knuckles, and Amy going back to being ghosts after saving Sonic's sorry tail. Do not remember that detail. Maybe it did happen, maybe I'm stupid. And that's not a retcon. I don't know. A retcon within the same game, that's nuts. Oh, it's over there. I don't really feel like I even need those platforms. I might need that spring. What have you done, Amy? Okay. Don't hover. Instead, hover. We'll get this. Considering I already got this on my main file. Woo. The time turner will give us our map data. That's weird. Oh, what's weird about it is the little Coco just having a ride there. And now that we've done our starting things, perhaps we should head off for the objective. Wait, what's this? I am intrigued and interested. Break you. Can Amy lightspeed dash? She cannot lightspeed dash. Alright. That's Knuckles' experience. But I haven't played enough to know what these are for. But he sounds so disinterested when we pick him up. Oh, it's you, is it? Where am I going? What is this? Okay, that is a thing that happened. No, 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 no. That's not how you run around a loop, Amy. That's not how you play the game. And we don't currently have the stomp. And it's not on the map screen, believe it or not. We need one whole point. Wait, maybe we can get it over here. Excuse me, sir. Oh, it didn't finish. You have to wait for it to give you stuff. Yes, another thing that's weird. Amy's got a card-based moveset instead of a hammer-based moveset. I mean, I know her cards are a thing that has existed primarily in the realm of character bios. What are you... I mean, it's only the past year or so that they finally started thinking, hey, why don't we actually have Amy, like, actually use cards? Have that be an actual part of her character instead of something that's just mentioned on, like, one random bio. Aha. Well, that doesn't work. I mean, it's nice for her to have this now, but could have been introduced a bit more organically. I guess they tried. They tried to say, oh, here it is in Sonic Origins. Now just pretend it was there the whole time in between Origins and Frontiers. You can make pretend, right? No, I cannot make pretend. That's why I'm playing a video game instead of making my own game. Actually, I did make my own game, but we're not talking about that today. Okay. Hello?
Wait, it's not here. Why isn't it here?
The vault I found was empty. I'll try another. You should too.
What good are these vaults if they don't do their job? I'll find them. It's just a matter of time.
I have a feeling you're not gonna find him, Knuckles. Amy can have her cards, which, hey, that's an interesting, idle animation. But Knuckles, you're not a treasure hunter anymore. We've completely forgotten about that. 'Twas a good sleep. Oh, no more of you. Why won't you all leave me alone? There, you have a pittance of stats. Now, get out of here. Huh. What is this nonsense? Button. Whoa, what you think you're doing, Button? Trying to make a fool out of me. Huh. There we go. Give us map. Not that we really need it. We've been all over this island already. See, I knew that that was there. And don't think I didn't. We might as well do things. And see what we can get. I'm sure these buttons do something. Woo-hoo. Oh sure, give me a bunch of these now. Button, button. Who's got the button? Ah, there's another one at the top. Give me power. These guys are much more tolerable than the Coco in Tears of the Kingdom. Let's see. Alter attack. Card spin. Parry sounds like it'd be useful. Just get parry just so we good. There's the hammer. I expected to use the hammer to attack, not... Well, I can still swing it. Alright, now let's get where we're going. I mean, you know, eventually. We'll get there eventually. I want to get there now, because I want to play as Tails, dang it. You know, the world's goodest boy. Don't pay attention to Sonic Prime. He's still a good boy in Sonic Prime. Until Season 3. I'm just gonna say it, 9 did nothing wrong. In fact, he's the only character whose motivations make any sense on that show. Sonic and Shadow, almost. But they've got their issues too. Like the rest of the cast. And Thornrose probably made the least sense. How dare you eat? I mean, they didn't eat a lot. Just to...
Maybe I can get some insight with my fortune cards. Huh. Ugh. Ooh. All the cards are telling me is that things are obscured and danger approaches. I knew that already. Wait. Seek insight from unfamiliar places? Ooh, the Coco! Of course! They should be able to help.
All the vaults are empty. Wait, you have a lead? Tell me what you find.
What if someone beat us to them? Rouge! Babylon Rouge! They better not have, or I'll bust them up! Ugh, forget the vaults! I'll find them the old-fashioned way. You search for them however you want.
Okay, first of all, what, does Amy actually... Does she actually hear the cards talk to her? Because, she got her revelation after she put them away. And second of all, I see her still pointlessly name-dropping. Look, we like the notion that the Babylon Rogues are still alive, but they have no bearing on this story. And it feels weird to mention them when they've never been mentioned in a mainline game before. And they haven't done anything since, what, 2010? 2009? But we're just gonna mention them out of nowhere. It's like, try to have this game make some... Try to have your game writing make some sense. Mr. Flynn, I know you're a comic writer, and that the constant references are just a thing in comics. But I don't know, adapt to the medium you're writing for. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna grab this instead. Now, where am I supposed to go? Oh, yes. This right here is a pretty involved map segment. We gotta do that. Then we gotta do them in order. Then we gotta hit those switches when the camera won't let us see them. And we gotta press these buttons. And then we've got to somehow get up that tower, which Amy cannot run up. It's not a thing. It's not a thing that Pink Hedgehog can do. Okay. Could that be any more useless? Hello. Oh. It's... It's the enchilada, Korok. Yes. Oh. Hey, I hit you, and you know it. Moto bugs! Eggman had no robots on the islands, but now they're here to stop us from saving him? What? Eggman, control your kids. Need some rings. Gonna hit us. And there's a lot of these. Come on. Yes. Thank you, Captain Toadette. Alright. Hard jump. I'm not really sure how that's more useful than our usual double jump. Oh, since I did that, they sent me away from there. I think there was more to find up there. Oh, it's you again. Yeah, you're a bit crouchy. Woo, I shall ride the fans. Hey. Hey. Fans. Don't work unless I destroy that particular box. Weird. No! Well, let's get you move on. It's the Grand Elder. Look, he's got an Arceus ring around him. Oh. Hello there, friend of Sonic. You've led our people to the digital dream. We thank you.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I'm hoping now you can lead me in the right direction. Do you know what happened to the Chaos Emeralds?
I don't get any voice acting. Our enemies have infested this land are using our creations against us. The emeralds are on the island. We've hidden them with our own technology.
Thanks for the insight. We won't let you down.
Dude, I thought the vaults were your own technology. And then he has perished. Not even whacking him with a hammer will wake him up. Ah. Oh. That was ridiculous. I have to ask the question, why would I even do what they're asking me to do? Whoa! See, she can only selectively cling to walls. Which feels like an oversight, actually. It feels like they intended the wall running to work the same as for Sonic and such. But it does not work. Spider Plus, new streaming service from Eggman. Whoa. He's an angry boy. We don't have enough abilities to deal with that. Well, they're randomly giving me bits of experience. What I need are boosts from the Elder. Oh well. I want to spin dash. I want to spin dash. Can we reach here? I don't think we can. Maybe if we use this for some added height. Yeah, I heard this DLC was supposed to be hard, but I have a weird feeling like I'm just cheesing things a lot. So far. I don't know how this works. I'm supposed to... I don't know. I do not know how this works. Okay, now we've learned that you should never use that because it'll make you stomp again in midair. What's this? I can't wall run, you fool! I can't wall run! Cannot walrus! No! And we immediately died again. The inability to wall run really feels like an oversight. Feels like it's something that they meant for you to be able to do. The capture card isn't keeping up with the action. Which it never really did. Sonic was always hard for it. If we could hear. Oh look, it's another thing that we have no use for at the moment. Okay. We're not gonna land! Oh. Okay. We've made it to the other side. At last. And as a reward, we get freebie experience. Oh. This is going awfully fast. Why waste your time with extreme mode when you can just play this? Right. Oh. Oh no. It's trolling me. Well, if it's gonna do like that, it... Yeah, right. There's no sense when it's gonna be that far. I'm guessing, though, that you actually can't miss a single one. Yeah, but she doesn't change, she doesn't move fast enough. We're recording, we don't have time for me to mess up a zillion times. This is why I was doing the grinding sessions, but I won't really be able to do that no more. I do not understand this purple thing. Do not understand it. You know, with the rate at which I'm filling this, skill tree, it kind of making me wonder why they even bothered having a skill tree. They just wanted you to get all your abilities immediately anyway. It is the Grand Hermit. Who's there? Oh, the one who traverses the dimensions. I trust you've been well.
Hello. I'm sorry to disturb you, but you may be our last hope. Can you tell me what happened to the Chaos Emeralds?
The enemy is trying to break the seal and escape the digital dream. We have used our technology to combine and hide the Chaos Emeralds.
Thanks for the insight. We won't let you down!
We are making the movie canon, you see? Don't you see? We are making the movie canon. And we're also probably, setting up for there to be multiple Chaos Emeralds across the universe as we become Star Trek, just like Sonic X Season 3. Yes, the season that everyone likes but me. I didn't come for Star Trek. I came for Sonic, dang it. This looks complex. So... that... not really sure what I'm going for. Well, we can't specifically hit the one in the middle there. In fact, there's not much we can specifically hit. Okay. This is probably gonna have to hit this one in the middle. No? This is becoming a bit zany. This is a mess. This is just a mess. Huh. Huh. Well, this doesn't move at all. I didn't want to go that way. Yeah, this is another thing that we really don't have time to be messing with. This one can be moved for some reason. Alright, but why? We did not activate, no. That's not funny. We did it, we've got a useless chunk of map. And the game managed to hide the... Oh, okay. That's going to skyrocket the... Cool story. I have no idea what this switch does. And I have no idea why I'm looking out over the ocean for the next stop. Maybe I should try spin dash here. Might be incredibly foolish, but we'll try it. It just stopped in midair. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's land somewhere, please. I'm not sure how it's supposed to work from here. I mean, what, am I stumbling around something that's actually meant for Tails? I don't know. I'm just going to assume that we don't need to go that way and that we can go around. Ooh, let's go this way. where we can play Let's Fail the Spinny Bar thing. Okay. Now we made it to this side, which just seems to have pushed us even further away from where we're supposed to be going. Are we really meant to go across that crazy thing? There's no land anywhere out there. Excuse me, sir. Yes, just in case we decide to fight any battles. Map thing. Yeah. That's totally possible. So we actually are supposed to be goofing around with weird bottomless pit paths that don't seem to go anywhere. This is a thing that we're really supposed to do. Because that seems kinda dumb. But it doesn't seem like there was any way to get over here without doing that. Then it doesn't seem like there's any way to get over there. I don't know. Let's goof around with this stuff. Excuse you. What's all this about? Oh, I see. It was facing the wrong direction. Hey, maybe this mass of cubes is supposed to get us where we're going. Huh. Well, I think the mass of cubes is leading somewhere. Not that I can see what I'm doing. You know, it would really be useful to be able to see what I'm doing. Spring would help. You would think it would, but... problem with this is that you have to manipulate the camera and hold the glide button at the same time a lot. Oh. Okay. I still can't see anything out there. Woohoo! Maybe this will get us where we're going. This could just be an attack. Oh, we did that. I think this is actually where we're supposed to go. I know they want me to attack the bullets, but... okay, we attacked the bullets. That doesn't really seem any more effective than just gliding over. And my fingers have to be really flexible. Oh. Okay, I can see using these to get up. Whoa! Aha. why. Doing a lot of fumbling the buttons. My fingers are not flexible enough. Now there is no cannon. Till I get to here. That one fired at a nice slow pace. The camera just pans up when you do the third jump, and it shouldn't. It should be facing down. What are you thinking, you fool? We cannot move. I've always hated these electric spinners. Because they often function in a way where you can't really time them like you think you should. Why would you target the one off screen? You usually don't. You good? Where they hid the Chaos Emerald. It's an odd place to hide it.
Technology is hiding the emeralds from us.
So hunt down the tech and wreck it? I can handle that.
Oh, how nice of them to say, don't panic, we'll let you get the rest of the stuff later. There I am, Nurkles. Okay. So we can glide. I didn't want to glide there. That's all. Hang on. They just gave me a skill point to start off with. Alright, Knuckles. You also create a blue trail because you're blue. Did you know that Knuckles is blue? Did you know? Did you know gaming? That was odd. Some rings. Meow. Hello. You be regular Captain Toad, huh? Oh, I gotta wait for the skill points to go in. Okay. Each stomp, because you're red, that means you're fire-based. Didn't you know that? Wall climb. That's weird. Combo attack. The basics of punching. This is Knuckles' Smash moveset, just punching. Why do you want Knuckles in Smash? Where you can have cards and weird tail flight and, you know, all sorts of things. Unfortunately, Knuckles cannot climb regular walls. He had to sacrifice some of his abilities to be allowed to be playable again. We are sorry, Knuckles. But go climb this. 1, 2, 3. Now what? Ah. That's... What are you doing, Knuckles? Smooth move, Knucklehead. Oh, I don't even need to fly into the wall. I can just... Oh. That's on you for making me think that this was a Sonic game. And Knuckles. Okay. So... climbing is really just wall running but tolerable. So you don't have to worry about falling off too much. I love when I press a button and it does nothing. Yes. Now there's a laser threatening to make us start over. As if Knuckles bouncing off the walls wasn't enough. It's actually not much more tolerable than wall running. You'd think they could get climbing, right? Punch your box, just like it's Sonic Adventure 2. Alright. This looks simple. What's going to jump scare me now? Coco jump scare! I think we just added what we need to the map. What even is that? I'll go to that Knuckles map first. Yes. Look, green boost rings! Tails will race Sonic again! Maybe. No, probably not. Whoa! Knuckles gliding is not as easy to control as Amy's gliding. What's that? Oh. That's Captain Yellowtoad. Whoop. That was weird. Also, Knuckles has his own count of everything. That's just great. We're starting over from zero again. What's all this? It's just a Motobug Coliseum. I wish I could punch standard enemies instead of just homing attack everything. You can only punch boxes. Suppose we can make it look like you can punch it. Die, box! Is that it? That whole thing was just... It's just for a box. What even is this? Okay. Come on, Knuckles. Who can climb? Huh. Hey, a gear. You don't get to see me pick it up, but I found a gear. Yeah, we've been recording too long and this thing isn't gonna work. How come I can record any other game for as long as I want? But this game automatically craps out after an hour. I don't have time I gotta get the videos out. That was fantastic. Knuckles, you're just not as refined as Amy to control. We don't want to go that way. We won't go that way. You're making us anyway. Let's just do that. And then fall because the... I don't know what they're thinking with that. He should just cling right to the wall after that. Instead he bounces off it. Well, all of that was completely worthless. That's just a destination, isn't it? I don't know how to defeat the ghost. I don't know how to defeat the ghost. I never learned. As far as I can tell, there is no way to defeat the ghost. You just have to run away until it decides you're not worth chasing. Oh, this might be easier. Let's see. Game of Tetris. Purple at the bottom. Let's place purple at the bottom. And we do black. We do white. Yes. And we do blue. And then this little yellow box. What's that? Is that the ghost? I don't know, it looks like a Coco. But whatever, we can't climb up this thing. Alright. Wait. We just have 16. Uh-huh. Just might be good to have the basic abilities. There's a lot of delay on Knuckles' moves, though. Feels less than ideal. Oh, goody, I soft-locked this thing. Ooh. Ah. 10 out of 10, flawless game with no flaws. This just led me back to the stinking ghost. Alright, the destination is over there. This is gonna be difficult. No! And potentially impossible because this glide is not helpful. This glide doesn't go where you're aiming it. It just goes forward. As it has the slowest turning, and nets you the least height out of any character's abilities. Well, I assume the tails will fly high. I got to do regular jumps to get across all this. And if it's not far enough, we have to start all over. And nobody likes being made to start all over again and again and again. Actually, this direction looks like it has more potential. If we get high enough, maybe gliding could be a useful tool. We can't get high enough. We couldn't get high enough. They measured it out so that you have to take the longest way possible. We're never getting across this. And I think that with the ghost, they expect me to reach every statue and do something at every statue. Look at this. You can't even use the glide to extend your jump distance so that you can land on something. Unless you have a lot of runway. Hercules! Come on! Amy's a better jumper than you. What do you say to that? Okay. I think we're finally hitting somewhere. Take that box. No! Oop. Oh, he looks mean.
I'll keep looking too. We have to hurry. Let's get him, Knuckles.
Knuckles.
They're suppressing the Emerald's power from your senses. They must be powerful pieces of hardware. I haven't found any yet, but I'll keep looking.
Knuckles, why are you wasting your time beating up the thing? Also, Tails, Knuckles' senses are game mechanics. Game mechanics. Or at least they always made it appear so. I just can't land on that. I cannot land on that. Hey, what's this? Probably isn't meant for Knuckles. Seriously, everything he tries to use, he just falls down flat on his face like an idiot. Alright. We have grabbed a ledge, but we couldn't jump from ledge to ledge. You know, Knuckles, you don't control much better than you did in Sonic 06. Yeah, he doesn't seem too impressed with you either, Knuckles. Oh. We can do a thing! Knuckles' parry. I guess the parry is the best thing to have here. Okay. His stance after doing a parry is kind of silly. Like, hooray, I did something! Okay. For once, that worked in my favor. What's all this? That's probably better suited for Amy. Oh, the spider. There aren't enough elders and hermits on the map. Can't really enable you to boost your stats. I don't know how the episodes are gonna be done here. Or how many episodes we're gonna do. I just gonna go until we complete the story. We're gonna go until we complete the story. Huh. Knuckles, you suckles. Seriously, dude. Stop stinking at everything. Yeah, it's very weird to control the walls. And it always has been. Ah! You can't land on anything, you son of... It's been too long, Knuckles. You've forgotten all your abilities. You don't remember how to glide properly? You don't remember how to climb? You can only climb certain surfaces? And worst of all, you don't remember the maximum heat Knuckles attack. All you know is a kind of tepid ground pound. Pathetic. Alright, we're going to open this treasure box. I wonder if we'll ever know what these are for. And furthermore, Knuckles, you don't remember how to do hyperform. But neither does anybody else. Okay, fair. Apparently the game expects Knuckles to fight all the ghosts. They're being typecast after the King Boom Boo fight. Came all the way up here just to get treasure box that I can't open. Hey, there's something else over there. Well. I'm not sure if this is really meant for you, Knuckles. Yeah, you can't climb those walls. They're not glowy. There's gotta be a way up somewhere. Ooh. Knuckles, don't go just directly into a glide. There are other things that you can do. I lied. There's not a thing you can do. Alright. This is the part where I wish I had gotten the spin dash for him first. How am I supposed to get up? Every pathway is blocked to us. What are we supposed to do here? Aha. So wait, Knuckles is intended to do this? Maybe? How? He cannot climb this. Okay, stop it with that. Giving us things that we have no current use for is annoying. I'm going miles away from where I want to go. And as always, I miss at the end. Come on, man! Knuckles, why do you suckles? That's not where you were supposed to land! Do not It bounces you directly over it. What the... Dang it. You will never gain any more map. Because Knuckles is too clumsy. In fact, we will never do anything. Wait. We have magically gotten enough for the spin dash. This might be our ticket to where we want to go. Oh hey, you just went right into it. Yes. Dash up. No! Oh, he can get so close, but then he falls. I don't know what the deal is with you, Knuckles, but... Stop it. Oh! You cannot hold back the power of cheese! Oh. Well, that sucks. What are we even doing? We did them out of order, I guess. How are you supposed to even know the order? Whatever, let's scale the pyramid and... And then we will finally have peace. It's a lie. We will never have peace. You know, Knuckles, Amy could just fly to the top of that. So could Tails. He doesn't care because Sonic can't cheese his way to the top of that. Or can he? You never know, Knuckles. He might be able to. Oh. Come on, man. There's gotta be some way to get up there. Be it intended or unintended. Hey, come on, game, you're saying to me this is where we're supposed to be next. And then you're giving me no path to get up. Grab that rail. Grab that rail. Miss that rail. Miss that rail. Wait. There's a bunch of stage elements here. Why? For what reason? Now there's a weird sideways one. And then you just fail. Again. I don't even know if this is the way we're supposed to go. I think we're supposed to get onto that tower over there in the sky. So like we're probably meant to go this way. Well, scaling the tower in the sky would be the most obvious way to... Never mind. There's pop in here. Not really sure which end up. Okay. Okay. Maybe this is leading where we want to go. Probably not, but let's give it a shot. Actually, I think it might be leading where we want to go. It just might. Not really sure why we have a hinge here. The destination. I'm gonna kick your stinking sorry. Actually, I'm gonna punch it.
Just you wait. I'll get the next one. Tell me where one is. I want to smash something too.
I know it's necessary, but to destroy such unique, irreplaceable technology breaks my heart. I can tell the signal is weakening. We're getting closer.
There's the best use for gliding, just covering a lot of ground really quick. Maybe randomly landing on an active map thing. Well... Come on, game, let me cheese you. Oh no, it's yet another one. Perfect. Now we can take a punch. Let's see how well. Master Ninja Plus. was parrying that, you will pay for... Ow. Okay. Not really possible to even damage him. He just... Okay. Now you've got a laser. Yeah, the parry didn't used to be a timing thing, but it actually is now. We need a stronger attack. Because of course we do. What's this? And why is it difficult when the goal is right next to us? What? A cool story, bro. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Oh no. I tried this already, multiple times! And it always lands me behind the thing. Which is no help at all. We can't do anything else while the timer's running. Anyway. That ticks me off. Knuckles! Actually, we could do that one. We got some map. Where were we going again? Oh yeah. That's that super tower. Let's grab some rings. Knuckles. can't do anything because we're being held captive by the race. I want to do this one instead. At least it took us away from the race. This would be easier for Mimi to do. Then she'd just jump out of range. Riveting. This isn't needlessly long at all. There's a Tails thing on my map. But where are you, Tails? Where are you? Where have you gone? Come on. They won't let me spin dash either. Oh, that's because they want me to find this. It's spent all this time programming wonky climbing. You're climbing, dang it. Wonky climbing and wonkier gliding. What the... What am I looking at here? What am I meant to do? I don't know. I don't get it. Actually, we can't loop that thing, so up is down, and then it becomes up again, out of nowhere. And straight is crooked. Oh, I hate having to start every single thing over again and again and again. The one thing I missed about the goose, the goose. I really miss the goose. No, the one thing I miss about the boost gameplay is checkpoints. We also had that in all the other styles of gameplay. And now, no checkpoints. And also, no clue as to what we're supposed to do here. We can't do anything with those treasury boxes. And we can't get to the top of this. This is stupid. It's down and down is up. Until I change the camera so that I can't see where I'm going. And then it's correct. Maybe I'm supposed to collect all the 10 rings along the way. They've done weird things like that. Oh, I hope I've collected them all the way to this point. Because otherwise, I think I'm screwed. I'm not sure what to do. This way? Yes, there are more rings and Oh, the rings are regenerating, it would seem. So I reached the end and there's nothing to be done. There's no opening. As we can see, the rings regenerated. You can't... Nothing you can really do here. Except die. There's got to be some way to get higher than that platform. But this is the only path that I see. Wait. I don't know, let's check out that weird pyramid over there. Might turn out to be the key to everything. Because this is incredibly abstract for no reason. I guess this is not even meant to be a Knuckles thing. I guess. So we must die again, because we went the wrong way, because we see no right way. This is really stupid, honestly. Let's see. Climb doesn't lead to anything that can get us through that. Oh, I see this. Just says X. Oh, I'm supposed to tap it. Okay, I think we now know what we're supposed to do. Well, maybe not, because it doesn't work on the side of the wall. But we're gonna try it anyway. Doesn't work. I did buy the ability, right? Oh, we need like a full energy gauge to use it. I guess. They're really unclear with the instructions. Guys, this isn't supposed to be Tunic. Figuring out the controls is not supposed to be part of the gameplay. Okay. So we have to activate all those switches and such. Now. I mean, that was fairly obvious that we'd have to do the switches, but... But we can't, because we're gonna fall off if we try to build the gauge again. Oh, it was still blue. It works while it's still blue, you fool. I'm feeling like this is the final boss for today. Okay. We did that. Now we must incredibly carefully climb around. Around. I have never been able to speak. You know that. You know that I cannot speak. Okay, there's 2 switches on each wall. Okay. Okay. Ah, there's one right below me. And I don't have any energy to activate it. Energy ran out. The rings are fairly slow to regenerate. Yeah, you're really supposed to punch those bullets to refill the gauge. But that's suicide. And we know it's suicide. Why would you make such a stupid... Okay. Grab that. Grab that. We're going to need more rings. $5 million golden rings. Okay. Now we can activate a thing. There better not be an unseen time limit to this. Oh, was I just supposed to find the real one? The real switch? I was only supposed to find the real switch. Troll, troll, troll. Okay. Well, that was weird. Okay, you saw it here first, guys. You can't parry the cannonballs. Okay. I'm gonna fill up the gauge again. I'm also gonna grab that stuff. Fish? What have you done, Big? Okay, can't refill the gauge again. I'm just gonna have to climb. Climb. A cannon! Please land me there! Whew. We did it!
So, did that work?
Yeah! I bet I can bypass that thing holding the emeralds by accessing cyberspace.
You look tired, Tails. Maybe you need to rest up for next time. Yes. Next time on Sonic Frontiers. Our hero Tails takes the field. Come on. Ah yes, you must boost to spin his tails as he runs. That was a funny way to start it up. We get some good distance on this. Okay, well, join me next time on this game. Now, have a good day, guys. Take care. I'll finish up this DLC another time. Bye-bye.